Welcome aboard, passengers. Mega Sim here. How are you doing? I hope you are well. Today's episode is two parts. First, we're going to be talking about the next generation of console, and then finally, some news about Game Pass for Xbox. Anyway, so first of all, next generation of console. We know that the pre-orders have started for the PS5 with their two editions, and the Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X. Hopefully you have received your pre-order, and there weren't too many issues around that. I know there were some issues with the Xbox All Access in the UK, so that's slowly being sorted. But yeah, hopefully you've got your pre-order. But what I want to do is I want to talk about the next generation and how that can potentially affect Train Sim World. So we know that Train Sim World Dovetail Games have announced, they have said that they have not looked at the new consoles yet. So they don't know if they're going to be updating the game to be fully compatible with the new Xbox and the new PS5. But I want to just delve in mainly on the Xbox because that's what I've heard from. So I'm not going to look at the PS5, but this Xbox, the news that we had from Xbox anyway, was that if the game is not been optimized, that's the word, optimized to Xbox Series X format. So we know that the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S are better in terms of the frames per second, up to 120. The S can go up to 1440 and then upscale to 4K, and the X is 4K and then upscale to 8K. Anyway, we're not going to delve into those details. What we're trying to do is we're trying to say, look, if a game is played on the new consoles and it has not been optimized for those particular consoles, the console is powerful enough to give it a bit of a boost, a bit of a kick up the bum. So what they have said is effectively the game will hopefully be doubled in frame rate. So we know that Train Sim World 2 is around 30 frames per second, then it does dive bomb down on certain parts. You've seen that with the Xbox and the PS4 that I've been doing recordings and streams. But yeah, they're saying that the new Xbox consoles will double the frame rate, which could that potentially mean 60 frames per second for Train Sim World 2 with 3 little lines of code. Again with Train Sim World 2020. 60 frames per second, bam, done without optimizing. Now hopefully they will optimize and give us a little bit more, because there is up to 120 frames per second, but I wouldn't bet on it, and it may take a little while for them to do that. But they could potentially be using the console to give us better timetables. We know that the London Underground Bakerloo line is getting an increased timetable. Maybe they're going to do that for the newer consoles, not the originals. Now, don't take me on that. I'm just presuming and speculating on here, so don't take my word for that. Anyway, so yeah, Xbox Series X and S say that if the game is not optimized, you can still get pretty much double frame rate out of it, or up to double. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, definitely seeing the frame rate hopefully double. But yeah, we'll have a look. Not sure on the PS5. This is just news that I have heard from Xbox, from Microsoft directly. So if you know about PS5, if there is any details on that, let us know in the comments below. But yeah, that's what we've heard from Microsoft. The second bit of news that I wanted to talk about. So a couple of weeks ago, we know that Xbox Game Pass came to Android via the xCloud. We know that it came to Android. There have been a few of our subscribers and viewers that are playing on Android, so that's really cool. We know that the Game Pass doesn't have Train Sim World 2, but does have Train Sim World 2020. So having the ability to use your Android device. Now, the news is that I've seen a news article on 95Mac, and it actually states that Microsoft is hinting that we will soon be able to stream Xbox games to iPhone. Yes, iOS. Now we know that there were beta trials of the iOS and Game Pass, but it kind of got to a stage that Apple are restricting certain things, especially around streaming games on the devices with their current structure, which Microsoft are aware of, and they tried to get around it. But they did say, no, it's just Android. But there was The Verge's Sean Hollister that Microsoft did hint to him that there is an iOS version coming too. And they said that the console streaming feature, there's going to be a new Game Pass app that potentially it is going to have iOS 2. Now, I would love that. That would be so cool to be able to play Train Sim World. I know it's only 2020, but it's still Train Sim World on my iPhone. So I can take an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller, because remember, iOS and Android, well, I don't know actually. I guess so. Hey, if you know, leave a comment below. Could I use a PS4 controller? Somebody try this for me. If you have Train Sim World 2020 on Android, can you use a PS4 controller, or do you have to have an Xbox controller? Let me know, because in the iOS you can use either, but I don't know if there was a Game Pass restriction. But yeah, so the reason why, as I said, strict rules against the gaming platforms in the App Store, but hopefully Microsoft is wanting to push something within that. Now, we all know about this Epic Games dispute that's going on, but the reason why Epic Games had the dispute was because that they wanted to sell products or money without going through the App Store. So the App Store actually takes a cut. Apple take a cut, and it was trying to get around that. Whereas Microsoft aren't taking money through it. It's just a streaming service like Netflix, you know, kind of thing, where you have your Game Pass Ultimate and you do it. So hopefully we will have the ability to get this on iOS soon. And if it does, and when it does, I will be straight on this, and we will be doing a recording, and we'll be having a good look at exactly how this works. I've got an iPhone 11 Pro. I've got an iPad. We can try and use it on all of them. Now, I would like there to be an official app for the Mac as well. We know that PlayStation has an official streaming app where you can link your PlayStation to your Mac. I used it previously when I was out and about, so you'd be on Wi-Fi and you'd be accessing your PlayStation, and you can do it on iOS as well. But if you could do that on Xbox, Xbox is currently Microsoft only Windows, and it's only internally. I'm rambling on. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that. So, news that we, just a review of what we've discussed. We know that the next generation of console is coming out in November, and potentially if Dovetail Games do not optimize the game, we may still be able to get up to 60 frames per second, a double, out of the game. And finally, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate potentially getting an app on the iPhone, on iOS, just like you have on Android. Again, Train Sim World, really love to play that. Forza Horizon 4, oh, that would be so good playing that on the phone. And you know, I've only got 4G. I've not got 5G in my phone at the moment, but it's still pretty decent in terms of the connection that you need around here. So yeah, that's our news article today, our episode today. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Mega Sim. I've noticed, you know, I will say it out loud, 75%, 3/4 of our viewers are not subscribed to our channel. So if you like our videos and you keep coming back, give us a little cheeky subscribe. Ring that notification bell, ding-a-ling, ding, ding, ding. And if you want to support long term, we do have our channel memberships as well. Have a great day, everyone. We will see you on the next video. This is Mega Sim out of here. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.